All right, we are back. What is going on, Colts Nation? So we have some more news here out of Indianapolis. The Colts continue to bring back some of their own guys. The latest domino to fall for the Indianapolis Colts, they bring back defensive lineman Tyquan Lewis. Haven't heard the contract yet. Have heard it is on a 2-year deal for Tyquan Lewis. And so Colts bring back one of their own. Remember, Lewis was a guy that the Colts had brought back-to-back off seasons on 1-year deals, kind of prove-it type of deals. And Lewis obviously coming off one of his best seasons, if not his best season as a pro for the Indianapolis Colts. Lewis in 2023, he had the most pressures in his career by a wide margin. He doubled the amount of pressures that he had had in his career up to this point in 2023. He tied a career high in sacks. He played in all 17 games, and also in only 259 pass rush snaps. He had a 17.1 pass rush win rate and a career high. That's a career high by over 4.5% for Tyquan. And then when you look at Tyquan Lewis overall and kind of what he did for the Colts in 2023, I mean, overall, only on 37% of the defensive snaps, Tyquan Lewis, stat-wise, was the best pass rusher on this Colts team. He had the best pass rush win rate at 17.1% in all 17 games. And so really the biggest thing with Tyquan Lewis hasn't been his play on the field. It's just been, the injury bug. Obviously had been suffering 2 back-to-back major injuries in 2021 and 2022. The Colts gave him one more chance to prove that he could stay healthy. He did that, and he was very effective in doing so, and obviously the biggest thing you think, man, if Tyquan got more snaps, how much better could he have been, because he was very, very efficient at getting after the quarterback. And so while this is not necessarily like groundbreaking news for Tyquan Lewis, he certainly was not a guy that you'd have in the number 1 tier category. It is a solid re-signing for the Indianapolis Colts, and it did feel like Tyquan was more than just a feel-good story for the Colts last year. He legitimately made an impact on this defensive line. We've talked all about how this defensive line, they lack consistency getting after the quarterback, getting consistent pressure. Well, Tyquan Lewis was the best guy out of the bunch to do so consistently, and obviously only had a limited amount of snaps. So you think a situational guy that you can use, don't think you're going to pay him a crap ton of money. And so you keep him around. He's been on the team ever since he was drafted in 2018. He's been a guy that obviously Chris Ballard and the Colts love to have back on their team. And he's just a quality veteran that can step in the pinch and play some quality minutes, and also can get after the passer pretty effectively when he is healthy. So obviously the Colts are hoping that, 2023 was a sign of things to come for Tyquan Lewis, and he can continue to string together healthy seasons and can be more of that situational player who can play, between 30 and 40% of the snaps on a given Sunday and can provide quality minutes when he's out there and be very efficient. And so, well, Tyquan, you look at it, you say, there's some other guys that are obviously higher priorities and more impact guys. Tyquan is a nice role player for you. And so I do think this is a quality, underrated re-signing for the Indianapolis Colts to bring in a player like Tyquan Lewis, who, has been here ever since he was drafted, has been a homegrown guy, and has been very, efficient when he's been on the field. And so really will be interested to see kind of what his role is moving forward, but definitely really think this is a good, smart move, wise move by Chris Ballard and the Colts. And it was reported that there was a market for Tyquan Lewis this year. So it's not just the Colts seeing what he did. There was a market for Tyquan. So definitely like the fact the Colts are bringing him back and giving him maybe more of a role moving forward. We shall see on that. But as it stands, guys, Tyquan Lewis back with the Indianapolis Colts. And we'll see moving forward if there are any other moves here for the Colts. They still got some guys that they need to re-sign. Obviously, they got, Kenny Moore. They got Julian Blackmon. They got Grover Stewart. So those are some of the big fish here that the Colts need to re-sign. So we'll see what comes here very, very soon. But, guys, let me know your thoughts here on the Indianapolis Colts bringing back Tyquan Lewis here. What do you expect his role to be? What did you think about Tyquan Lewis in 2023? Let me know all those things in the comments down below. But, guys, that'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate all the support. And as always, guys, go Colts.